What happens when Kim Taehyung decides to completely shatter every expectation and unleash a performance so unexpected, so powerfully different from anything he's ever shown before, that an entire stadium of 50,000 plus fans literally cannot believe what they're witnessing? Last night at the Sun Bowl Stadium in El Paso, Texas, BTS delivered a concert that fans are already calling one of the most memorable stops on their entire tour. But it wasn't the pyrotechnics, it wasn't the elaborate stage design, and it wasn't even the collective power of all 7 members that has the entire internet in absolute meltdown right now. It was V. It was a performance so shocking, so radically different from his usual stage presence, involving dance moves and styling choices that nobody saw coming, that fans inside the stadium were screaming at decibels that reportedly registered on local seismic monitors, and fans watching via live streams worldwide literally broke multiple social media platforms with the sheer volume of simultaneous posting. The burning questions that have generated over 3 billion social media engagements in less than 24 hours. What did V actually do that caused this unprecedented reaction? Why did he choose this concert in El Paso to debut this shocking new performance style? And most urgently, where has he been hiding these absolutely insane dance skills? And why hasn't the world seen this side of him before? The absolute chaos that is currently consuming every corner of the internet, every K-pop news outlet, every entertainment platform, and frankly every conversation among the global ARMY fanbase began at approximately 9:47 p.m. Mountain Time, during what was supposed to be a standard performance of one of BTS's well-known songs. Fans who had been enjoying an already incredible concert suddenly found themselves witnessing something that felt less like a planned performance and more like a revelation. A complete unveiling of capabilities and artistry that Taehyung has apparently been keeping hidden or reserved until this precise moment. Eyewitnesses inside the Sun Bowl Stadium described the moment the music shifted and V stepped forward into a solo spotlight, as the instant when the entire energy of the venue transformed from enthusiastic enjoyment into absolute pandemonium. "I've been to 17 BTS concerts," wrote fan account at Tay Global in a viral thread that's been retweeted over 2 million times. "I thought I knew what to expect. I thought I had seen everything V could do on stage. I was so wrong. What happened last night wasn't just a performance. It was like watching someone completely transform into a different artist right before our eyes. The power, the precision, the absolute dominance of that stage. I genuinely couldn't breathe." The outfit that Taehyung emerged wearing for this legendary performance has already been analyzed frame by millions of fans and fashion experts, and the consensus is that everything about his styling was deliberately chosen to signal that something different and unprecedented was about to happen. Gone was the elegant, sophisticated, sometimes ethereal styling that V typically favors. Instead, fans found themselves confronted with what can only be described as aggressive fashion, a custom-designed outfit that multiple fashion journalists are calling the perfect fusion of high fashion edge and street dancer intensity. The centerpiece was a black leather crop top with strategic cutouts and metallic chain details that revealed more of Taehyung's torso than he has ever shown on a concert stage before, paired with low-slung black pants featuring intricate strap details and buckles that emphasized his dancer's physique and allowed for maximum movement range. The outfit was completed with heavy black boots that added height and impact to every step, multiple silver chain accessories that caught the stage lights with every movement, and dark dramatic eye makeup that transformed his usually soft beautiful features into something fierce and almost dangerous. He looked like he walked straight out of a high-fashion punk editorial combined with a professional contemporary dance performance, explained fashion critic Kim Taehyung for Vogue Korea. Every element was chosen not for prettiness but for impact, for creating visual intensity that would match whatever he was about to do physically. The styling itself was a warning that we were about to see something completely different. But it was when the music started and Taehyung began to move that the true shock hit the stadium like a physical force. What unfolded over the next 4 minutes has been described variously as the most intense dance performance in BTS history, a complete revelation of hidden abilities, and the moment V established himself as not just a performer, but as a genuinely elite dancer. The choreography, which V later revealed via a brief Instagram story, was partially his own creation developed over months of private practice and refined specifically for this El Paso performance, incorporated elements that fans and professional dancers analyzing the footage have identified as coming from contemporary dance, crumping, voguing, breaking, and other dance styles that are not typically part of K-pop choreography vocabulary. The movement quality was aggressive, powerful, intensely controlled while appearing completely free and spontaneous, with isolations and body control that demonstrated technical training far beyond what anyone realized V possessed. Those body rolls weren't the cute flirty kind we sometimes see in K-pop, noted professional choreographer and dance YouTuber Brian Kim, in a reaction video that's been viewed over 15 million times. Those were technical contemporary dance body rolls requiring insane core control and years of practice. Those isolations, the way he was controlling individual body parts independently while maintaining perfect timing with the music, that's professional dancer level skill. Where has he been hiding this? The specific dance sequence that has become the moment everyone is talking about, the sequence that has been clipped, gifed, slowed down, analyzed, and replicated by dancers worldwide in the past 24 hours, occurs approximately 2 minutes into the performance. Taehyung executes a series of movements that professional dancers are calling technically exceptional and artistically stunning, beginning with a dramatic floor drop that transitions into a complex sequence of floor work incorporating elements that look similar to breaking and contemporary floor technique, flowing into a sequence of sharp isolations and body waves that demonstrate complete control over every muscle, building to a moment where he executes multiple turns and then freezes in a pose of such perfect balance and muscular control that it looks almost impossible, holding that position for several seconds while maintaining intense eye contact with the camera that was projecting his face onto the massive screens flanking the stage. That freeze alone requires strength and balance that most people couldn't hold for 1 second, explained professional dancer and Instagram influencer Layla Martinez. He held it for 5 seconds while making it look effortless and maintaining this incredibly intense facial expression that added emotional impact to the technical achievement. That's not just dance skill, that's artistry. The facial expressions and performance energy V brought to this stage moment are being discussed as much as the technical dance elements because they represented such a departure from his typical performance persona. Fans who have followed BTS for years are accustomed to V's performance style being characterized by elegance, smoothness, emotional depth, and a kind of ethereal charisma that feels both magnetic and slightly mysterious. What they witnessed in El Paso was something entirely different: aggressive, intense, almost fierce, with facial expressions that conveyed power and dominance, rather than invitation or accessibility. Multiple fan accounts describe moments when V made direct eye contact with specific sections of the stadium, and the intensity of his gaze was so powerful that fans in those sections literally screamed, and some reported feeling almost overwhelmed by the direct attention. His eyes were different, wrote one fan. Not the warm, sometimes playful eyes we're used to seeing. These were laser-focused, intense, almost predatory. He looked like he was claiming that stage and everyone in it. It was sexy and powerful and honestly a little bit scary in the best possible way. The audience reaction both inside the Sun Bowl Stadium and globally via live streams has been unprecedented in its intensity and uniformity. Video footage captured from multiple angles throughout the stadium shows fans who appear to be in states of complete shock, mouths hanging open, hands pressed to faces, jumping up and down while screaming, grabbing friends or strangers next to them in disbelief, phones held up with shaking hands trying to capture what they're witnessing.